The morning begins in a pale wash of gray light. A thin mist hangs over the river, softening the edges of the city. The water of the Thames moves slowly, carrying with it the quiet weight of trade, waste, and life itself. Wooden boats drift near the banks. Oars dip in rhythm. Somewhere in the distance, a bell begins to toll. The sound rolls across the rooftops, steady and patient, as if it has rung this same way for centuries. You are standing on the southern bank. The ground beneath your feet is uneven, damp from the night air. The scent here is layered: wetwood, smoke, fish, and something harder to name. Ahead, rising through the fog, is London. Not the London of glass and steel, but a dense, crowded world of timber-framed houses leaning into each other, their upper stories almost touching above narrow streets. This is the early 1600s. England is under the rule of King James I. Only a few years have passed since the death of Queen Elizabeth. Her era still lingers in memory, in conversation, in the pride of the people. Yet the city has begun to shift. There is a new court, new politics, new tensions quietly forming beneath the surface. But for now, the city wakes. Across the river, activity begins before the sun fully rises. Dockworkers gather near the wharves. They move with practiced familiarity, lifting crates, tying ropes, guiding vessels toward their places. Ships have come from across Europe, bringing wine from France, timber from the Baltic, spices that have traveled far beyond imagination. London is not only a city, it is a meeting point of worlds. Step closer to the water. The Thames is not just a river, it is the main artery of the city. Roads are crowded and slow, but the river moves freely. Bargemen call out as they ferry passengers from one side to the other. Their voices echo through the mist. The fares are small, but the crossings are constant. This is how London connects to itself. Behind you, on this southern side, the atmosphere feels different. This is Southwark. Here, the rules are looser. The authority of the city is weaker. It is a place where entertainment, trade, and vice exist side by side. Bear-baiting arenas stand not far from taverns filled with early drinkers. And most notably, the theaters rise here, just beyond the reach of strict regulation. One of them draws particular attention: the Globe Theatre. Its circular structure is made of timber and plaster, its open roof exposing the stage to the sky. From the outside, it appears modest, but inside, it holds something far greater than its materials suggest. Here, stories come alive. Here, language shapes reality. Here, audiences from all walks of life gather, standing shoulder to shoulder, watching human nature unfold in words. For a moment, imagine the crowd. Laborers, merchants, apprentices, even nobles in disguise. They press together, their attention fixed on the stage. The actors speak with clarity and force. Their voices carry through the open air. Themes of love, ambition, betrayal, and power move through the audience like a shared pulse. The theater is not just entertainment. It is a reflection of the city itself. Now turn away from the river. Walk north, toward London Bridge. It is the only bridge crossing the Thames within the city. Narrow and crowded, it is lined with buildings, shops and homes stacked along its length. As you approach, the sounds grow louder. Cart wheels scrape against wood. Horses push forward through tight spaces. People call out, negotiating passage. The bridge is alive, but it also carries a darker presence. At its southern gate, heads are displayed on spikes. They belong to those who have been executed for treason. Their presence is a warning. Authority here is visible, direct, and unyielding. Power is not abstract. It is shown, enforced, and remembered. Cross the bridge slowly. Halfway across, pause. Look down at the water below. It flows steadily, indifferent to the noise above. Look ahead. The city rises more clearly now. Church spires reach upward. Smoke curls from chimneys. The streets tighten as they move inward, forming a dense web of life. You step into the city of London. Here, order is stronger. Guilds regulate trades. Markets operate with structure. Authority is more immediate, yet the density of life is overwhelming. Streets are narrow, often no wider than a few paces. Houses lean overhead, blocking out much of the sky. The air feels heavier. People move constantly. Merchants open their shops, displaying cloth, tools, food. Apprentices carry goods from one place to another. Women manage household tasks, some selling produce or bread from small stalls. Children weave through the crowd, quick and unnoticed. Listen closely. You hear many sounds at once. The ringing of metal from a blacksmith shop. The calls of vendors advertising their goods. The murmur of conversations blending into a continuous hum. Somewhere nearby, a dog barks. A door slams. Laughter rises, then fades. Life here is immediate. There is little separation between public and private space. Homes open directly onto the street. Work happens in full view. The boundary between inside and outside is thin. Move deeper into the city. You come upon a marketplace. It is already busy. Tables are covered with vegetables, meat, bread, and fish. The quality varies. Some goods are fresh, brought in from nearby farms. Others are less certain, their smell sharper, their appearance less inviting. Buyers inspect carefully, negotiating prices with directness. Food is not guaranteed. For many, each day depends on what can be earned and purchased. There is no excess for most, yet there is resilience. People adapt, adjust, and continue. Nearby, a group gathers around a man speaking loudly. He shares news. In a time before printed papers are widely available, information travels by voice. News of court decisions, foreign events, or local incidents spreads through conversation. Accuracy shifts as stories move, but the need to know remains constant. Continue walking. You pass a church. Its doors are open. Inside, a few figures kneel in quiet prayer. Religion shapes daily life here, not only in belief but in routine. The Church of England holds authority, yet beneath the surface, tensions remain. Some seek further reform, others resist change. Faith is not only personal, it is political. Outside again, the street narrows further. The smell intensifies. Waste is often thrown into the streets. Water flows through shallow channels, carrying what it can away. Cleanliness is uneven. Disease moves through the city with little resistance. Plague is not a distant memory. It is a recurring presence, shaping how people live, how they gather, how they fear. Yet life does not stop, continues with urgency. Ahead, a larger building comes into view. It is a guild hall. Here, decisions are made. Trades are regulated. Apprenticeships are controlled. The structure represents order within the chaos. It ensures standards, protects members, and maintains influence within the city's hierarchy. Hierarchy is everywhere. Clothing reveals status. Fine fabrics, bright colors, and detailed designs mark wealth and position. Simpler garments indicate labor and modest means. Laws even restrict what certain classes may wear, reinforcing boundaries that are both visible and enforced. Pause for a moment. Look around. This is a city of contrast. Wealth and poverty exist side by side. Power and vulnerability share the same streets. Beauty appears in unexpected places. A well-crafted doorway, a piece of music drifting from an upper window, a moment of kindness between strangers. But there is also tension. Political shifts at the highest levels influence life here in subtle ways. King James seeks to unify his kingdoms, yet differences remain. Questions of authority, religion, and governance move quietly through society, not always visible, but always present. As the morning advances, the light strengthens. The mist begins to lift. The outlines of buildings become clearer. The pace of the city quickens. More people fill the streets. More transactions take place. More voices join the growing sound. You move toward a quieter lane. Here, the noise softens slightly. A man sits outside a small workshop, carving wood with careful attention. His movements are steady, practiced. This is his trade, his skill, his livelihood. Each piece he creates carries both function and identity. Across from him, a woman prepares food, her hands moving quickly as she shapes dough. A child watches, learning without formal instruction. Knowledge here passes through observation, repetition, and time. This is daily life. Not grand, not recorded in history books, but essential. Every action contributes to the larger rhythm of the city. As you stand here, the sense of time becomes layered. The past is not distant. It surrounds you. Every building, every street, every voice carries the weight of those who came before and those who will follow. London in the 1600s is not a single story. It is many stories unfolding at once. And as the day continues to rise, the city reveals more of itself, piece by piece, moment by moment. But beneath the surface of routine, something else moves quietly, a force of creativity, a shaping of language and thought that will extend far beyond these streets, beyond this time. For now, it remains woven into the daily life of the city, almost unnoticed. Yet it is there, waiting. And as the sun climbs higher above the rooftops, London begins to show not only how people live, but how they imagine, express, and define what it means to be human. The day has only just begun. The day has moved forward. The light now falls more directly across the city, revealing details that the morning mist had softened. Shadows shorten, colors deepen. The movement of people becomes more deliberate, less hurried than at dawn, yet more purposeful. London is fully awake. You stand once more within the streets, but the atmosphere has shifted. There is a rhythm to the late morning that feels steadier. Trade is in motion. Decisions are being made. Goods change hands with quiet urgency. This is the hour when the city sustains itself. Walk toward a wider street. Here, the buildings appear slightly more ordered. Stone replaces some of the timber. Doors are taller, windows broader. This is where wealth begins to gather. Merchants who have prospered now shape their surroundings to reflect it. Inside one such house, life unfolds differently. Step through the doorway in your mind. The interior is dim but structured. Wooden beams frame the ceiling. A long table sits at the center. The air smells faintly of spice and smoke. A servant moves silently, placing dishes in preparation for the midday meal. Upstairs, rooms are divided with care, offering privacy that the streets cannot provide. The family here lives with greater security. Food is more reliable. Clothing is finer. Education is possible. A young boy studies his letters by a window. His future may lead him into trade, law, or perhaps the service of the crown. Opportunity, though limited, is visible. Now step back outside. The contrast returns immediately. Just beyond the street, the city tightens again. Space narrows. Wealth disperses. The majority of London's people live in close quarters, sharing rooms, sometimes entire floors, with extended family or fellow workers. Privacy is rare. Sound travels easily. Listen. You hear arguments from one window, laughter from another, the constant shuffle of footsteps below. Life here is shared whether one desires it or not. Continue walking. You come upon a school. It is modest in size, but its presence carries weight. Education in this time is not universal. It is structured, often reserved for boys, and closely tied to discipline and repetition. Inside, the teacher stands at the front, guiding students through Latin texts. The language of learning is not their own, yet it is essential for advancement. Words matter deeply in this world. Language shapes status. It shapes thought. It shapes how ideas move from one mind to another. And nowhere is this more visible than in the theater. Return now in your mind to the Southern Bank. The Globe Theater stands as it did in the morning, but the energy around it has changed. Crowds gather more densely. The afternoon performance approaches. Step inside. The space fills quickly. Those who can afford seats move to the galleries above. Others stand below, close to the stage. The air is warm, filled with anticipation. Vendors move through the crowd, offering small food and drink. Conversations rise and fall, then gradually quiet. The play begins. Actors step forward, their presence commanding attention. There are no elaborate sets, no artificial lighting, yet the power of the performance transforms the space. Through voice and gesture, entire worlds are created. A forest appears in language. A castle rises in suggestion. A battle unfolds in words. The audience participates in this act of imagination. They listen closely. They respond with laughter, with silence, with murmurs of recognition. The stories reflect their own lives, though shaped into something more structured, more revealing. Themes of power echo the politics of the time. Questions of loyalty mirror the tensions of the court. Moments of humor offer relief from the weight of daily life. The theater becomes a place where society examines itself. Not directly, not openly, but through the distance of story. As the performance continues, you notice something subtle. The boundaries between classes soften here. For a few hours, distinctions blur. A laborer and a nobleman may react to the same line, the same emotion. The shared experience creates a brief unity within a divided world. When the play ends, the crowd disperses slowly. People carry the words with them. Some repeat lines they remember. Others reflect quietly. The stories do not remain on the stage. They move outward into the streets, into homes, into thought. Step outside once more. The afternoon light begins to shift. Shadows lengthen again. The energy of the city changes direction. Work continues, but there is a gradual turning toward evening. Return to the river. The Thames now reflects the sky more clearly. Boats still move, but at a slower pace. The urgency of morning trade has eased. Some vessels prepare to dock for the night. Others carry passengers home. Along the banks, figures gather. Some sit in conversation. Others stand alone, watching the water. The river offers a kind of pause, a space where the constant movement of the city can be observed from a distance. Yet even here, the realities of life remain present. The water carries waste as well as goods. It reminds those who look closely that beauty and hardship exist together, inseparable. Turn back toward the city. The evening approaches. Lanterns begin to appear in windows. The glow is soft, uneven. Firelight flickers behind thin walls. The streets darken gradually, not all at once. There is no single moment when day becomes night. Instead, it transitions. Shops begin to close. Doors are secured. Goods are brought inside. The sound of commerce fades, replaced by other forms of activity. Taverns open more fully. Inside, the atmosphere is different from the streets. The space is louder, warmer. People gather to drink, to speak freely, to release the tensions of the day. Conversations become more animated. Stories are shared. Disagreements rise and fall. This is where news spreads again, but in a different tone. Less formal, more personal. Here, opinions take shape. Ideas are tested in conversation. The boundaries of what can be said shift slightly in the presence of ale and familiarity. Outside, the streets grow quieter, but not silent. Night in London carries its own rhythm. Watchmen begin their rounds. They move through the streets with lanterns, calling out the hours. Their presence offers a measure of order, though it is limited. Beyond their reach, the city remains unpredictable. In darker corners, other activities unfold. Not all are lawful. Not all are safe. The lack of light creates spaces where visibility fades and uncertainty grows. People move carefully. Doors are locked earlier. The memory of crime, like the memory of disease, shapes behavior. And always, there is the awareness of fragility. Fire is a constant threat. The buildings, close and wooden, could carry flames quickly from one to another. Buckets of water are kept ready. Eyes remain alert. The city has known destruction before. It understands how quickly life can change. Yet even in this awareness, life continues. Inside homes, families gather. Meals are shared, often simple but meaningful. Bread, small portions of meat, vegetables when available. Conversation is quieter now. The events of the day are discussed, then gradually set aside. Children grow tired. They listen as stories are told, some real, some imagined. These stories carry lessons, warnings, hopes. They shape how the next generation understands the world. In a small room, lit by a single candle, a man writes. His quill moves steadily across the page. Words form, line by line. He is not alone in this act, but his work will travel further.